Good morning, everybody. It's Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm, and I'm just about laughing as I head over to the barn to start my feeding routine. We moved the horses over to the barn side of the pasture. If you saw the latest video on the main channel, then you know that. But I can't help but just grin to the fullest because Mr. Willie is over here in the stall and he's just nodding. Yes, you're ready to be fed. Willie, Jason's coming with your feed. I offered to feed the horses this morning. Jason's still down in his back. That's right, down in his back. But he said he's gonna take care of y'all. And that's Willie's trademark, is he's a yes man. Yes man to everything, right Willie? That's right. Y'all can see that the horses have plenty of grass over here. Everything is growing. I did get some cut yesterday over in the garden area and out in front of the farm, but goodness gracious, Sylvester, we've had so much rain that the rain stopped me from cutting yesterday. So while I'm not complaining about the rain, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. It's made the grass grow tremendously, and I have not had a chance to cut what needs to be cut, so we kind of look like we're living in a little bit of overgrowth. She might crow. I don't know if y'all could hear that or not, but that's one of the silkies, and that's how it starts out. Da, 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 and then she goes, ah, and lets out that crow. So let's see if Pookie doesn't let it. That was Pocket, or AKA Pookie, letting us know that she needs to be fed this morning as well. Lights on in the barn, and that was it. Did you hear it? Ooh, ooh, that's her little crow. And I saw her. It is, well, let me make sure. I believe it's the solid black silky. It is. You were just about caught on camera. You were heard on camera doing your ever so lovely rooster crow by a hen. It amazes me. Every morning she has to let you know she's here, but we got animals to feed. I hear pigs, well, not squealing like Loretta. It's a Peaches squeal, that's Loretta. Peaches is more so like a little grunt. So everybody has their own little sound. I do have the tractor in here because I picked up some feed yesterday afternoon. She didn't do it. And I just pulled the tractor in here because it started raining on me, so that's why the tractor's in the barn. Let's get started. So a lot of our animals here on the farm are older, as you guys know, and Peaches is one of those. So I have started putting one of these little clips on the side of the bowl before I go wet their food, because Peaches has Lubricin and Loretta's does not. They both get the same Flintstone chewable vitamin. That was it again, y'all. She's on it this morning. But I put this clip on there so I will know whose food has the Lubricin in it. Loretta is definitely wanting her squeals of joy this morning because she's squealing. A little water on Loretta's food. Set it down in the sink. Got Peaches and Pocket. And we'll let these sit while I go take care of some other animals. I think everybody knows how the Lubricin routine started, but in case you're new here, it started because of our cow Matilda. Matilda, I didn't think was going to make it. I thought Dr. D was going to have to put her down because she came here just dragging one of her front legs. And I'm saying this because somebody recently said Matilda looked like she was limping. Well, y'all, she will always have a little bit of a limp, but without this Lubricin that Dr. D recommended, I don't know where she'd be today. I don't even want to go there. She did go to Auburn University, and they did draw some fluid off of it, but her leg was right back to where it was after the fluid was drawn off of it. Upon starting this product, Lubricin, she began to put weight on it, and she's going to be okay. She's turned into a different cow. She has transformed from a 3-legged cow to a 4-legged cow, and just It's just amazing. Anyway, we're gonna go feed some cows now. All right, you lovely bunch. Let's get y'all fed and taken care of. First things first, we gotta turn this fence off. Yep, and Jason has not been able to feel the fly curtain up because of his back issue. Big Moody, I gotta pick you up some more carrots, buddy. We ate them all. Look at the difference in the height of Tater and Moody. I know that y'all can see Moody, you know, from afar, but Matilda, Moody is a big difference, and they're the same breed. Then we got Miss Mildred down here, who's probably one of the widest Charolais cows in the state of Alabama. Girl, you hadn't missed a meal, have you? I'm sorry, I gotta get a little overhead shot at your width there. Grass is green, growing, and looking great. Now, let's see. When they get out of here, I'm gonna get that bucket up. You got water almost all the way to the top. Emu's out here wandering around, and I think it might be time for Loretta's food. She thinks it is anyway. Where is she? She can't hear me if I call her, so. My goodness. Oh, look. She doesn't see me. She doesn't. There she is. She said, "Where is my food? Why are you waiting?" I don't know how y'all deal with her. I just don't. It's coming, girl. It's coming. She says, "I sure am glad you don't squeal like Loretta does." It's nice to have a pig that knows her breakfast is coming without squealing about it. All right, Miss Pocket, you ready? Let's go on outside. Yeah. Not gonna shut Peaches all the way. Oh, gotta clean your stall out today. Overnight, we closed this gate to where they can feel the air from the outside, but they can't get out there. Pocket doesn't need to eat grass all night long, which I do believe she would if she had the opportunity. I think she would just stay out and graze all night long. There are some mornings, as I told y'all, that she doesn't even want to eat. She doesn't get but a little bitty bit of Essential K by Kalmbach Tribute. She'd be okay without it, but she sometimes avoids having grain and just goes straight to the grass. Not this morning, though. You were a hungry girl, weren't you? All right, no more squealing. You're a happy girl. Got your breakfast. Enjoy. And y'all, since Gus has passed, she no longer totes her bowls around. Tells me that she felt challenged by him, and she knew that if he finished first, he was going to steal her food. We miss him terribly, but I'm not so sure Loretta isn't happier being a lone pig. She at least doesn't carry her bowl around and doesn't seem to be worried about her next meal. All right, everybody ready to come out? Do y'all remember, I want to say it was last July or August. Jason was gone. I don't think I made a video about it. I think I did a live in here because I was using the skid steer to get all of this buildup. Well, it's goat manure. You can't scoop it out every day because it's little tiny pellets, but we put this big gate in on this side so that we could get in here and clean it out easier. Well, Bobby C is officially repaired. So I think as soon as Jason's back is well enough to put the hydraulic fluid in the skid steer, because you have to pick up a big 5-gallon bucket, and I usually hand it to him up there and then he pours it in. So it would take 2 people just about. Oh my. Bootsy, Maggie does not need to come in here. Maggie's like, what is this thing doing? Why are you headbutting the goat? I'll help you out there, Bootsy. I can open this chain with my mouth. Oh, goodness. So anyway, when we do get the hydraulic fluid put in the skid steer, I want to get this. I could do it with a tractor, but it sure was a lot more. The bucket holds a lot more, and it was easier for me to get in and out of here with the skid steer versus the tractor. The skid steer is more compact. I can turn around in a tight area, and it just works better in that stall area to clean it out. So that is indeed my plan. Well, Jason made it to the barn to feed the horses. You can see all is well. All three of them lined up, eating in harmony. And I'm headed to the chicken coop with some drizzles of rain falling on my head and a little sunshine. We're supposed to have more storms this afternoon. It'll be probably after lunch, but more rain's coming. So, I mean, we appreciate it, the drought that we've been in, and I know come August or July, we're gonna be begging for these rainy days to be back. Temperatures sure have been nice around here. No super hot days, just warm enough to wear shorts and short sleeves. It's been nice. But while we head over to the chicken coop area, I brought one of my favorite baskets, egg gathering baskets from the milk room, and I don't know what's going on with my eggs. Since we moved them over here, it seems like the number has decreased. And maybe in my imagination, maybe the temperatures, maybe the rain, maybe, I don't know, maybe just chickens being chickens. But we're gonna see how many we get today, but just doesn't seem quite, it's not been in the 40s. That's what I'll say. Funny to see Thomas walking right along with the chickens waiting for Scratch. It's just like he is. He's literally a member of their flock. Tommy, how you liking this, buddy? You gonna talk to us this morning? Go. Making your sweet little sounds? Well, I can guarantee y'all one thing. He knows what Scratch is. He follows everybody around, and it didn't take long. Here we go, babies. Here we go. Look at there. There you go, Tommy. You gonna let the girls eat first? Such a gentleman. Yes, you are. So glad we moved him over here. So very glad. Everybody looking good this morning? Cheese, you included. I told a story the other day about Cheese. I came in and there were two girls, two hens, a Rhode Island Red and a Barred Rock. Don't ask me which one. But they were actively showing their dominance to each other, meaning they were fighting. And Cheese does not like any drama. So Cheese takes his big self and he starts doing his honking noises with his neck held very high, goes in between them, breaks it up, puts them in their corner, literally walked the Rhode Island Red to the other side of the pen and did his job, and they quit fighting. So Cheese is good for warding off predators and breaking up fights. Between hens, right? Yeah, two girls. All right, we're fixing to do something that I hope doesn't backfire. I sure hope Mr. Loki has worked out all his kinks of being the big dude he thinks he is, because I'm about to open this gate that goes into the little room in the back. He and his wife Sylvie are gonna come out, and I hope they stay, first of all. And, well, no. First of all, I hope he's not gonna be mean to me. I hope he's turned a corner and decided, scared of an egg falling on my head. Hope he's decided to not be an ugly rooster anymore. Maybe he just needed some more girls. But we're gonna open this door, let them out, I think it's been long enough. And then second, I hope they don't go back. And see, they're on their perch that I put in here. And y'all can come out. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm just gonna walk away. Don't even know if they will come out. But I got plans for that room today, so y'all better come out. I'm gonna try to move the 9 hens that are in the stall to in the room. And I don't want to do anything to make Loki upset with me. Y'all hear the rain? I mean, I'm not gonna melt, but I sure hope I don't get stuck in here with Loki for a long period of time. I'll shut that door back real quick if that's the case. I might have spoke entirely too soon about my eggs. It looks pretty good today. Let's see what we got. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, and 3 girls in the box. That's pretty good. All right, Loki has gotten off the roost, and so has his wife. 19, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29, 30. We're doing pretty good, y'all. Y'all look below me because it's raining. They were all eating scratch and then it started raining, so they decided to seek shelter under the bus. Good idea, girls. I don't blame you. I wouldn't stand out in the rain if I didn't have to either. Of course, they can come in here if they choose to. Well, I was hoping to get at least 7 or so out of this box, but looks like 2. So 32. That's okay. That's quite all right. All right, so I came and I walked in the room, and when I did, Sylvie went flying out, and Loki is just kind of hopping along. So, gonna shut this door back. I think Sylvie came all the way out, but Loki's still in here, which is fine because the last thing I want to do is feel like I'm running them out of here. Oh, that's you. I thought it was Sylvie, but it's you up there looking for a spot to lay. Hey, look at here. We got a special prize. You know what she needs? She needs that 2x6 to be on a slant. And somebody commented this on the live that we needed a gutter. And that way her egg can roll down in the gutter. That way it wouldn't hit me in the head, potentially, when she flies down. But she's already laid her egg for the day, so no chance it's gonna hit me when I come back in. And just like that, it's just a little drizzle, enough to get the ground wet. It's sun shining and still a little drizzle, but that's what we got going on here. So I'm gonna try to look at the sun hemp first of all. This is a cover crop that Jason and myself planted. It's been a few weeks ago, but this is looking incredible, incredibly thick. It's gonna be beautiful. Goldfinches love it, especially when it goes to seed. They will just devour it. And a goldfinch is a bird. They will be all down in that stuff, loving the seeds. Great for a nitrogen adder and great beauty. So excited to see those yellow blooms come on that. So I'm thinking since the hens, I think it's one rooster, have grown so, I'm not gonna be able to use the cat carrier to transport them from the barn to over here. I think I'm gonna get a kennel, and I got plenty of those. Over the years, we've had to have them for numerous reasons, and I'll go down to the old barn and collect a kennel and see how well I can do at catching 9 chickens that don't wanna be caught. Thought I'd show y'all an everyday occurrence here in Alabama. If you're from a big city, it's probably not something that you see very often, but here goes a tractor going down the road with what we call a bush hog on the back, could be called a brush cutter, but going down the road from one location to another. Well, Miss Peaches, you must have thought you needed a bath this morning. Is that what it was? You came out here and just plopped down on the grass and just decided to get a little sprinkle. Feel good to you, girl? Huh? Surprised you're not right beside Pocket. I guess she probably was beside you and you walked away. Or she walked away. Those Pocket's not too far away, just probably about 15 yards. I found just what I need. It's got a few cobwebs on it, but and a little grass, but nothing. Chicken won't mind riding from point A to point B. I did put a strap on it and went all the way around the tractor so I can keep the cage level and they won't be riding at an angle. Now here comes the fun. That wasn't nearly as bad as what I thought it was gonna be. I was thinking I needed to go get my net, which stays over by the pigeon area for catching pigeons when we need to. But these girls cooperated. Number 9 was the hardest. She is a cream leg bar. You can see her little tuft on her head, characteristic. They are sexually dimorphic, which means you can tell from birth which one's a female and which one's a male. The male has what looks like a little piece of corn on the top of its head. We had a rooster named Corny, if you remember. The gentleman sold him to us as a pullet, and Mary Carl said, I do believe that this is a rooster because he has a little piece of corn on the top of their head at about 4 or 5 years old that lets me know that's a cream leg bar rooster. Well, we took Corny anyway because he was already in the cage with the other chicks that we were purchasing, and he lived his life out here as a rooster. But all of these are indeed hens because you can tell by their pattern. All right, girls, I think we got about everything we need for the trip over to the new chicken area where y'all will live out the rest of your lives. You can see that the black ones are a lot bigger than the leghorns, and it's just a week's difference. Of course, the Marans are probably a heavier weight chicken than the leghorns. Leg bars, not leghorns. But there's my rooster right there in the front. I do believe he has developed some saddle feathers characteristic of a rooster, and of course his bright red comb. Don't go by that, but I do believe he is indeed a rooster. So we're gonna make our way over to where y'all will permanently live out your life, and I'm gonna grab your little feeder here. I've got another feeder over there, but I want them to complete what's in here and not waste. So new bag of feed in there, and also a little cat carrier so I can carry more than 2 at a time. I think I can probably do 3 if I put them in the cat carrier. Don't want to take a chance with just trying to carry them loose. All right, Big O, get me over there. Well, we made it. You know, my biggest problem is going to be trying to open this cage and get a couple of chickens out without letting everybody out. Y'all are here, just a short move. I don't know if I ought to try to pick this cage up. Maybe I'll see just how heavy it is. I think it's more awkward than it is heavy. Or maybe I should just try to put a couple in and see how it goes. I don't want to mess my back up, that's for sure. If they get loose out here, I'm going to be in trouble. They're going to stay in the corner, I think. Turn that fence off before I forget. All right, girls. And boys. The 3 of y'all can get in there. Let's see, y'all are so well behaved. Yes, you are so well behaved. 2. All right, 1 more. It's okay, girl. Yeah, good girls. Look at y'all. All right, I think 3 is about it, and I'll take 3 trips instead of 4. Well, y'all, one thing's for sure. I don't see Loki out here, and I don't see Sylvie either. So that's either a very bad sign or a very good sign that they didn't even come out. We'll look for... Ah! Sylvie's trying to get back in. And Loki's trying to get back in. All right. Well, that is a good sign. I'll put them a little water and a feeder on the outside, so y'all can just hang out here if you want to, but can't come in here. I don't want you in here with the young ones. Okay. Let's swap this feeder out for this one. There you go, Loki. Uh-oh. Push that out quite enough. There we go. I still forgot to get me a lock that goes on the inside. Okay, sweet babies. Y'all are so good. I should have got the one that opened from the top. Come on out. Come on. Let's see. Look at here. Come here. Coming out backwards. Not good because I don't want to get a wing. There we go. Now, look. It's okay. It's okay. So I think put them in the other direction, so that way they'll be facing. Here you go. Head first. There y'all go. Look at here. It's a brand new world. Brand new place to live. What do y'all think? I don't think you know. All right, let's go get the rest of them. 6 more. If this group of 3 is as nice as the last group of 3, from now on, the only chickens I'm gonna have are leg bars and marrons. All right, let's try to put you in backwards so you can come out head first. There you go, baby. That's a good one. My gracious, y'all are docile. Now you're a big one. Go in backwards. There you go. Get your head in. 1 more. I mean, no screaming, no drama. We're gonna be the leg bar marron farm. Okay, we'll be right back. Y'all hang tight. Make sure I shut this or we won't be doing very good. Loki, that's a hen. I think the hen is trying to challenge Loki. Maybe that's what he needs. Goodness gracious. Well, he made it out. Sylvie made it out too. She's a little bit more scared than he is, but. All right, did that make a difference? Putting them in tail first and giving them the opportunity to see where to go. Come on, babies. There you go. Yeah, come on out. Come on out. See, there's your feeder. Come on. It's okay. Atta girl. 2 more. Come on. There you go. Boy, y'all are slow too, aren't you? Come on. Come on out. It's okay. 1 more. Come on. Am I going to have to get you out? I believe so. All right. Let's see. There you go. There you go. My gracious, I am so impressed. So impressed with y'all. Best group of chickens I've ever moved. Most drama-free too. I normally would not record me and Jason moving every single chicken. But these are so well behaved. The back end goes in first. Go in. There you go. That I want y'all to see just how great they are. All right, girl. Come on, back in first. There we go. There we go. 1 more. 1 more. It's okay, Cheese. I got you taken care of, baby. I'm taking good care of these girls. You have no need to worry. He does his job, and he does it well. He gonna make sure nobody's getting hurt. All right, last trip. Okay, girls. There we go. Well, y'all came on out with no problem. How about that? All right, I'm gonna go get your bag of feed to keep in here. And I just can't say enough about y'all. You can see how much room they have with Sylvia and Loki that were in here. You know, they're 2 little small bantams, but this is 9 what's going to be full-size chickens. And they have got oodles of room back here. Plus, they've been sleeping on the ground. They really, I mean, they're getting to the age where they want something to sleep on. They can get on this until we can build the roost. And of course, got water and feed and a safe place to live that's breathable. Feels good in here. Threat of freezing temperatures are gone, so I feel good. Y'all, I think since I've got this cage on the front of the tractor, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to move the mallards that are in the little corral area down to the pond. It's been plenty of time. I just hope that they will stay in the pond area and not immediately try to come back to the little kennel thing that I had set up for them. We're gonna see. That's probably the best thing that could have happened, Nugget. You just stay on out here till I get everybody situated and move to where they need to go. Everything will be just fine. Well, that didn't go nearly as I planned with the cage. I got 2 in and then 3 of them busted out and went the other direction. I just wish they could go straight to the pond. I've tried this once before. I let them out. They went on the side of the dam over here on this side, and they would not get in the water. Today seems like it might be a different story. I was not recording the last time. I just thought it was time to let them out. I'm feeling good about this. Do y'all see that? Last time, it's like she looks like she's got a messed up wing. I do believe she does. Yeah, don't go over there with those geese. They'll steal you and try to take you in and make you think they're your mama. There you go. Go on in. It's okay. It's water. Ducks like water. Wow. Oh, goodness. Go on in the water. Go. There we go. 4 of them went one way and 1 of them went another. Go find your flock. Surely they know it's water. There you go. Go ahead. Go. It's okay. Y'all go. There you go. Oh, great. They're going to go right back to their corral area. Same thing that happened the other day. Except they didn't get in the water the other day. I didn't think they realized it was water. Today they've got to know it's water. Come on, babies. There you go. Y'all stay down here. Yeah, go ahead. There's one that's a lot bigger than the rest of them, the one in the front. There you go. Y'all think that Muscovy's going to be your friend? Oh, I want to see them swim. I want y'all to just take off. It's okay. See? Just like your swimming pool, but bigger and muddier. There we go. Look at there. All right, y'all go on. Look at there. There we go. Keep swimming. Keep swimming. Yay. Now I don't know that they'll come back. I want to see them go under and do their flips and... Isn't that better? How beautiful. I think that's it. Hear the little happy sounds? A couple of them have figured out how to go under and sift from the bottom, doing their little bottoms up. You can see that one on the far side. Oh, I'm so happy they found the water. So happy. I know they're happy too. They just needed a little encouragement and to know what they were going to live in. Well, y'all look at the runners. And as you can see, there are 3 runners. When we initially brought them home, and as of this past week, the beginning of the week, there were 4. So I had them in the grow out section of the brooder, and I opened it up. I believe it was Monday morning, and I was going to change their water and their food out, and there were 3. And I thought I miscounted, and so I looked again, and there was 3. And I thought, this can't be. There's no way. I have 4 ducks. Where did the 4th one go? And there was a little screw holding a plate on the back of the brooder where there was an opening, and that screw had came out. And I looked all over the entire barn for that duckling. Everywhere. I went outside. I walked every pasture. I went to the pond. I could not find that duckling anywhere. And I still don't exactly know what happened. But the only thing I can figure is that little, as you can see how skinny they are. Not because they're not being fed, it's just their nature. And upright, that he must have wiggled himself through that hole that was made when that screw came loose. I immediately moved them to the 2nd level, which is not nearly as tall as the grow out section, and hoped that I found the 4th one, and I did not. And I do not have a clue what happened. I didn't find any sign. I didn't find it dead. I didn't find it alive. I didn't find it anywhere. All 3 of these were still in there with obviously no problems. And I just don't know. It's a mystery to me as to what happened to number 4. So I'm glad I didn't go with our gut and get 2 to begin with, because if that had happened, we'd have been left with 1. Then I'd have been in real trouble. So I have moved the ducks from the brooder, which wasn't quite tall enough, to where the chickens were, the juvenile chickens. And you can see they're making quite a mess. So I'm going to put their water in this pan that like we use for Loretta and Peaches to eat out of, because ducks mix their food. They'll go get a mouthful of food, bring it over to their water. I don't know if they like wet food or what the deal is, but they're just nasty. And that's just something they do. Watch it. You're not going to do it since I'm watching you. Go get your little mouthful of food and move it on over. But they're able to eat full duck and goose pellets now instead of me grinding it up, which is a good thing. But they're too little to go outside in the little corral like I had for the mallards in the back area. That's what I'm going to do, and they'll have a swimming pool. But right now, they're too little. They'll squeeze right through there. And like I said, I don't know what happened to the other one. It just vanished. Poof. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in that grow out pen so you can see the only way that it could have possibly gotten out. But they are growing. They're growing taller. I don't know about wider, but they're growing taller. They're just incredible ducks. I mean, nobody's at fault, but of course they were under my care and it happened, so I have to feel responsible for it. But I think it was just a freak thing. I think it's just something that that happened, and I just have to move on. But I'm happy to have 3 healthy Indian runner ducks, and in time they'll be moved outside in the area where they can get some sunlight, and one day they'll be down at the pond just like the mallards are. Well, now I'm going to attempt to see if Nugget wants to go back up. Since you've had quite an outing this morning, I didn't think you'd actually come out, but it's a good thing you did, because it's never a good thing for me to release something new with him in the way, because he thinks he needs to help. So I appreciate y'all for watching, and we'll update on everything on the next video. Until next time, y'all be good.